Cybersecurity is rather complex. We often say that there is this infinite arms race between the attackers and the good guys that are trying to stop all the cyber attacks. But we can never say that a system is super secure. We can always strengthen a system and make it more robust against possible attacks. But there is no bulletproof system against all possible vulnerabilities. So the human in the loop may make a very secure design system very weak and very vulnerable. So the weakest link is often the human factor there. A very simple example I can give to you is, for instance, when we set our passwords, a recovery mechanism is using these security questions like what is your birth date or where do you go to school, and if this applies to a very famous person and this person puts these answers on his Wikipedia page, then everything collapses. So it depends on how each person implements the security policy that is considered. Russia is one of the leading countries, we can say, that have demonstrated also their ability to attack critical infrastructures. So, for instance, we have seen that they have been attacking Ukraine's critical infrastructures, like the power grid that was an attack in 2015. One main challenge we have is that a biometric, so for instance my fingerprint, is never the same, never identical. If I put my fingerprint on a sensor now and then after 1 second, the two fingerprints will never be identical because of the different direction or the different pressure, or if there is some sweat on my fingerprint. So the most naive thing that someone could say, you want to have protected your biometrics, you can encrypt them, right? The problem is that since they are never identical, if I encrypt two biometrics with a standard encryption scheme, like DES, AES, things that we're often using for encryption, then I will not be able to do this matching process between the fresh template and the stored template. So we need to use more appropriate mechanisms. A simple example is to use what we call homomorphic encryption. What is homomorphic encryption? It allows us to perform computations on encoded data. So even if my biometric is encoded, I can check the distance between the fresh and the stored template without decrypting them.